Good morning. It's Tuesday, February 22nd, the true Washington's birthday, not that phony thing that we had on Monday. In any event, I want to talk a little bit about the oil and gas situation. Now, last week, a couple of days ago, I did a rant about the frackers and about how they were taking advantage of the situation and not producing enough gas and oil to keep the prices low for the consumers. But as usual, this is a sticky situation, and there's another side to this story that we ought to take into consideration. The Biden administration has to take some of the blame for these prices too, because of actions that the government has taken without totally understanding, I think, the complexity and the magnitude of this problem. The Biden administration has had a hand in the rise of these prices, the inflation of the gas prices, by restricting the supply of oil and pressuring banks and other investing entities to divest from traditional energy products. Now, if we look at these policies, they have weakened the purchasing power for consumers and have placed more reliance on foreign countries to keep the United States so-called powered, to keep us generated. So I will call this situation the rush to green, trying to get ourselves into a situation where we are creating reliable, renewable energy sources, but not taking into account and really being able to measure how long this may take. So it's like cutting off the water supply before the reservoirs have completely filled up. So is it really a good idea to reduce the ability of America to produce its own oil, instead of doing that relying on foreign countries, many of which are run by totalitarian regimes, and while we do business with them, we abhor their human rights activities? So is that a good idea, to support governments who have huge human rights offenses on their record? I don't think so. So, I was in favor of canceling the pipeline, the Keystone Pipeline, because that was a major health hazard to the indigenous people whose lands would be affected by the pipeline running through their property, so to speak. But I'm not necessarily in favor of limiting oil exploration on federal lands, and I'm certainly not interested in creating a superior power out of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. That's OPEC, I don't want them to have any leverage over our country. I don't want any foreign country to be able to push the United States into a corner. And maybe that's what we've done. Maybe that's what we created here. So it's a dicey situation. It's not easy. I don't have an answer. I just want everybody to understand that there's two sides to this coin. There's no question that the frackers were raping the people. But on the other hand, we have created an atmosphere that allows them to do that, makes it easier for them to do that, because we, the United States of America, can't defend itself because we've shut down all those avenues. And so these actions that our government itself has contributed to might cause the price of oil to go to $150 a barrel. So if you look at this situation in reality, one can say that the U.S. government itself is a contributor to the high pricing of gas and oil right now. There's no question in my mind that this political attack on oil and gas has reduced the incentive for investing in that particular sector. And that is very important. Even though those who look ahead recognize that the gas and oil industry is of what we will call lingering importance, it's going to disappear at some point in time. It's a guessing game how long they will last. But if you're a long-term investor in something, do you want to take a chance with your money on something that may disappear? Some organization that may be forced to go under, say in 5 years or so? That's not really good thinking, okay? So I have to take a look at this entire picture of the frackers and the companies that were sort of shut down because of our political situation, because of the position that the Biden and his administration have taken, which is the reverse of the position that the Trump administration took. But neither one of those positions was a happy medium. Neither one of those positions considered both sides of the issue. The sides of the issue are this: how fast can we really get out from under the gas and oil situation? And forget the worldwide implications of this thing. How fast can we get out from under that, and how fast can we be totally renewable? It may not take only 5 years or only 10 years. This might take 50 years to do. It's a tricky situation. Maybe one of the things we could have done is insisted upon the oil companies and the gas companies to help us with this problem, to help us work toward renewable energy, to be part of that universe, to be able to shift their organization's monetary expertise and experience, to shift that to the green new world in some way, shape, or form. Now, many oil and gas companies are working on getting green. So it's not like they're totally out of the picture. But 100% would be better than, say, 30%, right? And I never really thought about all of this till I read several more articles on this subject. So it's not a clean-cut issue in my mind as to how fast we can get green and how much pain is going to be inflicted on those who can't afford the pain of high pricing and everything. It's not an issue for me. I have my plug-in car, but many people are stuck with their old automobiles. And they are trapped in this high price cycle, and it's killing them, especially those that have to use their vehicle to go to work every day. And those people are probably in the middle class or the low income categories in this country. It's not good for them. So in any event, I say, be careful what you wish for, because there's always two sides to every story. So that's it for today, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.